Hey guys, and welcome to today's video about highest common factors. So the highest common factor is a really handy tool we can use when we're doing equivalent fractions. It allows us to simplify fractions into equivalent fractions, which we'll be looking at in another video. And by doing this, we can then add fractions, we can subtract, we can multiply, we can divide, we can order fractions. It allows us to do a whole lot of things to fractions. Okay. Now, the reason we go for the highest common factor is because we want to make these fractions into their simplest form. By doing that, it makes our lives a whole lot easier later on. We could find common factors, but those wouldn't necessarily make our lives a whole lot easier. They wouldn't get the fractions super small. So by finding the highest common factor, it gets our fractions as small as possible. So we can look at 5 different examples and how you go about finding the highest common factor. So the first one, we just write our factors. We then look at it and go, what do both those numbers have in common? They both have 1 and 5. Which is our highest of the two numbers? 5. So the HCF, the highest common factor, is 5. Cool. 12 and 18, same deal. We just write out our factors. Okay, which one is the highest? The highest number is 6. So the HCF equals 6. Okay, now 15 and 30, I've done it intentionally, it's a little bit of a trick one. So we know what 15 is from the previous question. If you get even stuff like that where they've given you a number you've already done, easy, makes your life easier. As long as you got the first one right, makes everything else easier. Okay, now if we look at this one, the highest common factor is 15. And you're going, but can you have the number that you're looking at? Yes, you can. Okay, if the highest common factor is 15, all the better, because that means that fraction is going to be really simple. Okay, we've got a 7. We look at that, the only number they have in common is 1. So sometimes you'll get that. It means you can't simplify the fraction. And the last one, okay, again, we've got a similar problem. Yes, 3 and 7 together do make 21, but 3 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number. So unfortunately, again, our highest common factor is 1. Yes, 3 and 21 have a common factor that's higher, and 7 and 21 do, but you've got to find the highest common factor for all 3 numbers. So that is our video on highest common factors, boys. Give it a crack at home. Okay. And hopefully this will give you a bit of a leg up when we move on to fractions later on. Cheers for watching, guys.